So, hey everyone, I am with a wonderful agent I just met. Her name is Antonia Watson. She is associate broker of 8 years. She has quite a few credentials, but we don't have enough film here to go over them. But she is a CEO and president of Watson International, the international luxury listing division of Keller Williams New York City and Keller Williams in London, which is very impressive. She was raised in the business of real estate under her mother's wing, has been featured in Bravo's hit series $1 Million Listing New York and HGTV's Selling New York, has received countless awards and achievements through her career, as well as a former professional ballet dancer. It gives me great pleasure to please welcome, take it away, Antonia.
Hi.
Hey, I appreciate you taking the time with us this morning. As I had promised my viewers that I would be conducting some interviews with some real estate professionals across the country. Now, just a short, brief intro on us. We're a real estate investment company that services all 50 states, and so we like to network with a lot of people in the industry and that surrounds the industry as well. As you know, having a network of resources benefits everyone involved, most especially our customers and clients. So what I'd like to do is just ask you a few questions and just keep it short, and then if there's anything else that you'd like to add to the conversation, by all means you can chime in at any time. So I guess the first question that I would ask you is, if I was a customer looking for a property or looking to sell a property, is what is the best time to buy or sell a property in your area?
That's a great question, Jim. The best time is now. There's never, there's never a better time than right now. In terms of, for a seller, really, the winter tends to get them a little bit more money, which is a huge misconception. A lot of sellers wait till the spring, but you want to be obviously in a market where there's less competition, and that does tend to be the colder months. So to get a little bit more money, probably the winter. But any time is the right time to invest or sell.
Okay. Now,
waiting isn't a good idea.
Right. If you're ready, you're ready, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, take me through a little process. Obviously you market your listings in New York City. We'll just talk about New York City. I'd love to do a follow-up interview you in a future about your London market, which is awesome. I had the privilege of traveling there once with my wife years ago, and I just love that place. So I'm excited to talk to you further about that market as well. But when you have a buyer that is inquiring about one of your properties there in New York City, obviously the first most important question is, are you pre-qualified with the lender? Is that correct?
That's definitely one of the first questions that we ask, Jim. But in this market, which is very unique, we really have a great deal of cash buyers. I would say that, out of the sales that I've done in the last 12 to 18 months, probably over 80% have been all cash.
Oh, wow.
So it is definitely something that we ask the purchaser, but more often than not, especially with all the international investors pouring their money in here, since it's become pretty much like a Swiss bank account, we do find that financing isn't usually, it doesn't come up as much as it used to.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's good to know in your market, because obviously it's opposite from my market of Michigan, and then formerly in Georgia. They still do the traditional way. So, which leads me to my next question: if you have an experience with a buyer where they don't have the resources of cash on hand and they can't get traditional financing, do you have other resources where you can get creative in getting them into a property?
That's a great question. Keller Williams does pride itself on its collaboration with other industry professionals that relate to real estate. So we do have various brokerage companies, and hopefully, at least one of these people is able to service the client's needs.
Okay. Now, do you have a lot of people that you use as far as lending institutes that you can refer to people?
Well, sure. I mean, on site we have Citibank. We also have, plenty of bankers at Wells Fargo, at Bank of America. Um, endless. I mean, any bank that you could really think of, we could find an affiliate.
Okay. Now, being a real estate broker and an associate broker of two different locations, London and also New York City, do you carry a lot of inventory, or can you tell us the amount of inventory, listing inventory, as a real estate professional would carry on average for you?
That's a great question. What is really amazing right now in New York and London is that inventory turns over so quickly. So whereas when it was more of a buyer's market, at any given time, I would have, 20 to 30 plus active listings. In today's market, because it's so primarily a seller's market, it's probably the strongest seller's market we've ever experienced. Usually within the first 30 days, my listings are in contract. So at any given time, even though you'll see on my agent page, you'll probably see about 20 or more, almost all of them say in contract. Yeah. There might be, 5 or 6 that are showing active that'll be in contract probably tomorrow, for example.
Yeah.
So it really depends on where the market is in terms of how much inventory we're carrying. But as a general rule, it's going to be around that 20 plus range. It just depends on if they're active or in contract.
Gotcha. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, because I know a lot of other parts of the country, agents in general are struggling to get listing inventory because of the fact that it's more of a buyer's market, opposed to a seller's market.
Oh wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's definitely what we're experiencing here.
Yeah.
Very strong seller's market.
Yeah, that's really great. So, because I know, you're probably aware of North Dakota and South Dakota, it's a seller's market because of the simple fact that the oil industry is, they tapped in the oil industry there, so people are flocking in droves to live there so they can make a good living.
I totally agree, Jim. I have clients of my own that actually, they sort of picked up and went out there to tap into that real estate opportunity.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to leave on one final question. Obviously, a lot of people, look to you, they admire you with your success, continuous success at that. I'm sure you've probably been asked before, but I'd like to ask you for this interview purpose. If a person was looking to get into the real estate business today, what advice, if any, would you give them?
That's a great question. Basically, you can build your business on prospecting. If you have the right coach, and I am a coach, so I'm very happy you're asking me this question. They can teach you the scripts, they can teach you tonality. As long as you're on the phone every single day, religiously, you can build a very successful and sustainable business. By just calling, I mean, you need to put yourself in touch with people that you don't know.
Right.
That's the best advice I can give to any new agent.
Okay, fair enough. Now, somebody looking to buy or sell a property, what's the best way to contact you?
Well, you could contact me anytime via email. That's awatson@kwnyc.com, or my cell phone, 347-768-5952.
Now, you also have a website that people could go to as well?
Yes, if they log on to kwnyc.com, just type in Antonia Watson at the top, and my whole agent page comes up. We also have a Watson International website of its own under construction that I can keep you posted about.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll be sure to post that down below, so make sure our listeners look down below here, because we'll have that listed for them to contact you directly. And again, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to touch base with me and get connected. And
thank you so much, Jim. It's been a pleasure.
yeah, and I look forward to doing some networking with you here in the near future, and in a follow-up interview as well.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Bye.